This is Major League Baseball like you've never seen before. 30 teams enter, but every 12 days, the worst team is eliminated. Welcome to the MLB Guillotine. Here's how it works. Every 12 in-game days, the worst team from the American and National Leagues are eliminated. Gone, out, kaput. Those teams' seasons end right then and there. No second chances, just a cold hard cut based entirely on performance. We'll follow the chaos day by day, simulating the season, freezing the standings every 12 days, and dropping the axe on whoever is in last. Winning percentage is all that matters. Have a bad week, you're in trouble. Get on a hot streak, you might just live to fight another day. Over time, the league shrinks, the pressure builds, and the race to avoid the cut line becomes more intense than the race to the top. And when we're down to the last two teams, one from each league, we will have a best-of-3 series to determine who is the champion of the MLB Guillotine. Only one team can win, everybody else gets the axe. We start on opening day. Like I said in the intro, we will be hopping into the 2025 MLB season from the start, simulating every 12 days or so, freezing the standings there, and seeing who is going to be cut, who could potentially rise back above the cut line, and seeing who is safe. So today we're going to be taking a look at the American League, and seeing who will potentially survive and who is going to be our first victim of the MLB Guillotine. So without further ado, let's start simulating. We have reached the eve of the first cut date of the MLB Guillotine here on the American League side, and taking a look at the standings, the three worst teams in the divisions are Baltimore, Chicago, the White Sox, and the Mariners. The leaders, for that matter, are the Red Sox, Twins, and Angels. Surprisingly enough, the Angels are off to a good start here. So those are the three teams that I would assume we're going to go by winning percentage, but I just want to kind of see who might be on the edge of being cut. Of course, you see the Yankees, who we are in charge of right now, are also in danger, and we will see what will happen with them. Diving deeper into the standings here, looking at winning percentage. So we look at the Orioles here. They are at 385, which is last in the American League East, as we discussed before. So looking at some of the other teams to see if any of them have a worse winning percentage, we see the White Sox down at 2-10 with a 1.67 win percentage, not doing well. They're pretty much almost assured to be the first cut of the Guillotine. But looking at the American League West to see if it's any worse for the Mariners, it's not. They are at 4-9. So everybody pretty much above 200 as far as winning percentage is concerned, except for the Chicago White Sox. We'll go ahead and simulate today to see if anything gets any better for the Chicago White Sox. After a day of baseball, the Orioles have leapfrogged the Yankees in the American League East standings. So now the Yankees at 5-8 are in danger of being the first team cut. The White Sox did win. They're 3-10 now. So their chances improved, because I think when we took a look at the Mariners, they were 4-9. So are the Mariners still there? Do we have a little bit of intrigue for the MLB Guillotine in the first iteration here? The Mariners are 4-10, so things are a little dicey here. If the Mariners lose and the White Sox win, maybe we have the Mariners going home instead of the White Sox. A full slate of games on this Saturday, April 12th. I simulated one game already, that is the Yankees and the Giants. The Giants won, meaning the Yankees, I think, now are 5-9, so I don't think they're in danger of being cut, but I was interested to see if maybe they might. The next game on our list is going to be the Red Sox and the White Sox. That's Garrett Crochet playing against his former team, so we'll see if Garrett Crochet can get some revenge on his former team, or if the White Sox can end up staying above the cut line here. Top of the 7th inning. Oh, I'm going to have to move my camera here, aren't I? You got to kind of treat this game like a playoff game, because it essentially is. Cam Bouger now in for the White Sox. Try to keep this at a 2-1 lead. That ball's put on the ground. Shortstop is up with it, and there are 2 down in the inning. Jarren Duran trying to create a little 2-out magic here, but he's down to his last strike of the at-bat. 0-2 pitch. And that swung on and missed. The White Sox are 6 outs away from the W. Can they stay above the cut line? Top of the 8th inning. Popped him up. And that's going to be out number 1. The count is full on Rafael Devers. 1 out in the inning already. That one's popped up. Under it is the catcher, Corey Lee. He makes the catch, and there are 2 down. Little chopper to the mound. Boozer's got it. Throwing to first in time. And the top of the 8th is done. White Sox, 3 outs away from a victory. Top of the 9th inning. In to save this one for the White Sox is Justin Anderson. The pitch. In there for strike 3. A dangerous pitch, but Bregman goes down. 1 gone. The 2-1 pitch. And it is popped up. Justin Anderson's going to make the grab. 2 gone. Easily the biggest game for the White Sox in like 3 or 4 years. Comes down to this. The tension builds for this 2-2 pitch. And that's going to be on the ground and through. So the Red Sox stay alive. Wilyer Abreu gets the hit. Connor Wong. Now the last chance for the Red Sox. The 8-hole hitter. The payoff pitch. And it's going to be ball 4. Anderson walks him. Are we going to see a pitching change here from the White Sox? We are. Gus Varland now in for the White Sox. The 1-1 from Gus Varland. Popped up into shallow left field. And the catch is made. The White Sox win. Colson Montgomery, the hero, with the 2-run home run earlier in the game. He makes the final catch of the game. And the White Sox, do they live to fight another day? Let's find out. After that win by the White Sox, Chicago is now even with the Mariners at 4-10. So if the Mariners win this game, they stay alive. If they lose, they will fall behind the White Sox and be the first team eliminated. The Yankees, like I said, not really in danger. I was just interested to see if they would fall further behind. But a big game upcoming for the Mariners as they will play host to the Rangers. Here is our situation. Top of the 7th. Runner on first for the Rangers. Andres Munoz in the game. The 2-2. The pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Ball's on the ground. Off of Munoz. He's going to have only 1 play, and it's the first. 2 down. 2-2. The count on Jake Berger. Runner in scoring position. That one swung on into the air, into center field. Under it is Rodríguez, who will make the catch. Gabe Spire now into pitch for the Mariners. The 2-1. That one's on the ground. It's going to be a base hit for Kyle Higashioka. I can't say the name. The pitch is hit into left field, a base hit. It's a 2-out single. And runners at first and second now for the Rangers. Marcus Semien drove in the only run of the game so far for the Rangers. The 1-0 is popped up on the infield. The Mariners are going to get out of this one. Cal Raleigh makes the catch, and the inning is over. Top of the order coming up for the Rangers. They'll have to face the closer for the Mariners, Matt Brash. And that's a single for Wyatt Langford. A leadoff single for the leadoff man for the Rangers. Jake Berger steps in, hitting .357, a 1.1 OPS. Runner on first, 2 gone here in the top of the 9th. Pitch in there for strike 1 from Matt Brash. Matt Brash trying to get the Mariners to the 9th inning to their half of the ninth inning in a possible walk-off attempt. This one's popped up. Crawford's under it. The catch is made, and we will head to the bottom of the ninth, where we will see Julio Rodríguez, Kyle Raleigh, and Luke Raley trying to walk it off for Seattle. Oh my gosh, it's a first pitch. No doubter. Oh my gosh, I hadn't even had a chance to set up the end of the game yet. Julio Rodríguez keeps the Mariners alive with just one swing. Unbelievable. A walk-off solo home run on the first pitch of the inning. Holy cow. The Mariners survived the first cut of the MLB Guillotine. They win 2-1 in walk-off fashion over the Texas Rangers. What a game as Julio Rodríguez walks us off in the first episode of this series. So that does it with the emphatic walk-off win by the Mariners. They stay alive, and the Chicago White Sox are the first victims of the MLB Guillotine. Tough for Chicago with how hard fought their game against the Red Sox was, but the Mariners just found a way to pull through, and they will stay alive for now. Can they avoid the chopping block for cut number 2? Stay tuned. If you enjoyed this episode of the MLB Guillotine, make sure you leave it a like, subscribe to become one of the Burger Bros, subscribe for more MLB Guillotine content, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out.